up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Hopefully, everybody is well. What's up, baby?
Oh, hello. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good.
Yep.
I know I'm doing good. I'm
That's
actually pretty happy about something. Just Manuel's going to be here in a week and a half. So he's moving back to Arizona. So finally get to be back with my baby. It's just time. We miss each other. I either had to go back or he had to come like dramatically because it was time. And it'll give him time to go hard on the nonprofit while he's out here. And like I told him, if all things don't work out in a year, guess what? We get to go back home. We have a house to go back to. We don't have little kids to, we have to stay put anywhere. We're just free to do whatever we want to do. That's the beauty of it. My son is where he's at and he's happy. And if he needs our help and support, then we're going to be there still for him. But I'm just really excited. It's time. I'm tired of going to bed alone at night and not seeing him and being with him, and can't wait to get my back scratched.
the fuck?
Yeah, you owe me. I did yours last.
No, I don't think that's true. You owe
I think
me.
so. No, don't start your crap. Don't.
And all them years I was locked up, you still owe me from all that.
Okay, well then what about the years you were gone? You owe me child support.
Child support.
At least for 5 years.
You're lucky I let you raise my kid.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, that's our good news.
What's
He's
going
gonna
on,
be
Eric?
here. He's gonna
Doing
be here in about a week and a half. So I'm super excited, and now we get to really start this journey, and I'm excited and nervous and scared, but I'm I'm happy about it. I really am.
yeah. That's the thing. We've been this nonprofit. We got it put together. And we've really wanted to push it, and we've been allowing, I don't know, fear to keep us from doing it because instability is difficult. So to just drop everything and head out there and uh, obviously I'm not dropping everything. I'm still gonna I'm gonna get a job out there so that we can sustain ourselves and stuff. But I need to be out there in order to push this nonprofit. I need to be out there so that I can use the context that I have, um, and do what we've been talking about. I want to start working with kids. I want to start going into these facilities with kids. I want to start pushing real hard on this nonprofit and getting it going. We're not getting any younger. If we just keep putting it off because we are stuck in our lives, it's never going to happen, and we're just going to keep talking about it. And honestly, I should have dropped everything and went out as soon as we got it all set up. But again, it's not easy to just make those type of moves. But we
We have to take the risks now, and of course we have to work, but this is going to be our second job, and we're going to go hard on it. And like I said, if it doesn't work, it didn't work out. If it does, great. Um, but we're going to do everything that we can so we could say, hey, we tried.
yeah, well,
And it just, like I said, we're just free to do what we want to do.
yeah, but I'm not thinking like that. I'm not with all that. If it doesn't work, we
No,
try it.
I know, but
It's
just
gonna work, and that is what it is. There's no way that it can't. There's too much of a need out there. There's too many lost people. There's too many lost kids. There's too much influence from this bullshit life, and so the need is there, and we need to get it. So we gonna. What's up, Damien? How you doing, brother? He said, hope I make it, but if not, want to say hello to the Chronicles familia. What's up, Grio,
Oh, hello.
what's up, brother? How you doing? He's probably off right now. He said he had just got home. I'll keep reading, but Sergio said, "What's up, everyone?" Oh, brother. He said, "Cubo Damien." Damien said, "What's up, Sergio? How's it going?" Ty 602 is in the house. What's up, brother? I said, legendary content creator. Oh yeah, hi Jovan.
First of all, don't oh hi Jovan me, okay, Ty. Where you been? Hello. I hope you're well. I got scared that you're out there on the blade doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm glad that you're alive and hopefully you're well. Ugh,
yeah. Um, absolutely, Johnny. I just seen your highlight. My email. Um, and all you got to do, brother, if you email me, just send a quick hello, so we don't have to email back and forth. That's kind of informal. Um, and I'll send you my phone number so that you can either text me or call me. But the email is prisonchronicles1 at gmail.com. Prisonchronicles1 at gmail.com. So that's the easiest way to get at me real quick right here.
if anybody needs my email for anything, let me know, you
Yeah,
know.
in case you guys uh, whatever.
Really.
David said he makes content like no other. Que no?
Oh my God.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
no.
he makes no content like no other. Yes.
David
I
said,
can't.
I can imagine it's not easy either seeing how Jovan words just tear him down instead of building him up. Pobre Grillo. I know, bro.
First of all,
No
you know,
support.
I don't know what's up with him lately, but he's been bullying me lately. And then I go tell my family what he says, and you know what they do? They just laugh. They laugh and they take his side. And then if he calls me a name, they start calling me that name, and I'm just like, wow, okay. So
Yeah, well,
he's been on it lately. I don't know what's wrong with him.
because they know you. Ty says she's definitely verbally abusive. See?
Oh,
Yeah. Laquifa alopecia. It's been a while. What's up, brother? How you doing?
oh no,
Did Iran strikes Israel for the first time in history? Well, I don't know. Black folks
really?
bat an eye. OJ Simpson dies. Black folks lose their mind. Yeah, it's getting tough out there, man. The Russian, I don't know if you guys saw it too. Russia implemented a partial drafts. They're starting to draft people into their army. Putin is making crazy comments. It's a tough world out there. A ver qué pasa. I don't know. Damien
I
said,
think
okay.
that with OJ dying, it's people are making it like a race thing, and I really wish that they wouldn't. You guys, people have to understand that he killed two people. Like the lady was almost decapitated, with her kids there upstairs, and it's not okay. That's not okay.
Well, they make it a race
So
because it was made a race thing when it happened.
right,
I remember I was
but
in uni.
people are saying who cares? Okay, he died, and then people are like, oh, sad that he died or whatever. Well, first of all, we don't even know him.
Yeah, I don't think people are sad. I
I
don't
don't
think.
take it personal.
But the thing I remember October when when he was acquitted. I was in Unit 5 in Durango Juvenile, waiting for my transfer hearing to adult court. And I remember when they acquitted him, all of us thought we were gonna get out.
Mm,
After we're like, there ain't no way they can book nobody if they can't book this fool. It was crazy. Damon said, okay, I'm not the only one who sees it then. He said, well, I'm gonna try and come back just pulling up to the canton, gonna shower. He talked with the I think you meant Bay, right? Ponle. Órale, brother. Ty said, Damien, enjoy. AP
yeah.
said, hey familia, what's up, AP? How you doing, brother?
AP, where you been? Hello to you too.
Well, we haven't
I
really
mean,
been.
we worry about you too, AP. I mean, I hope you weren't getting deported again, but I'm glad you're back. Hello.
Yvonne is in the house. What's up, Yvonne? She said, "Hey, everyone. What's up, Yvonne? How you
Hi,
doing?
Ron.
Hopefully the girls are doing good. Hopefully you're doing well. Your loved one, everybody." Johnny Chinga said, "Buenas noches, Chronicles familia. Saludos y bendiciones para todos." Right back at you, brother. Appreciate that.
Oh,
Yvonne said, "Oh my God, he sounds like my husband." LOL. Why? Where? Oh, I told her she's lucky. I mean, listen,
yeah,
she
thank you
she.
so much. Yeah, thanks.
What are you talking about? You say my son is the best thing that ever happened to you. I
He
did.
is. He
I did.
is.
Oh, I did that. You're welcome.
I did that. I chose to have him
Don't start.
because you're
Live.
because you're lucky I don't believe in abortion. So what if I was one of those girls that went and did that, and then you get a letter from me like, "Hey, Choco Loco, I can't be with you for I can't wait here for 13 years," and it just happened. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can imagine the return letter too.
Oh,
Hector
well, I would
Luis,
never do that.
dang, she hit
I would never do that.
with that one. She always hits below the belt, bro. She'd be killing me.
What'd I say?
I don't know. Whatever it was, yeah, it's true.
Oh,
Probably when you're talking about
you owe me
the
child support.
Miss G talking shit again. Cricky, you went blonde. Looks good. Cut it out. Johnny Chinga says, "Salud, Grillo y Señora White fans. Grillo, those she still not understand that she on probation. She don't get it, bro. You know how it is, man. It's
What?
tough. When people get put on that, it takes them a while to figure it out. They got to violate a few times. You know what I mean?
Oh,
She'll figure.
wow. Well, first of all, I think I'm past the probation part.
Oh, you don't get to decide.
Don't they have like something that's like lighter than probation, like maybe check in every couple months or something?
I,
No, there's nothing lower than that.
I never heard of it. I wish I had that. Johnny Chinga says, Sergio, salute. Damien, salute. Ty, salute. Johnny said, AP and Yvonne, salute. Yvonne said, hello, Johnny. Ty said, salute, Johnny. B23. There it is. What's up, brother? Steven Martinez, what's up, brother? He said, how you doing, cricket and white fence? I was thinking when I was a kid, I thought tattoos were pretty cool. I think tattoos draw kid into gang life. What's your opinion on that? You know, brother, I don't know. I would say no. Here's my thinking. Usually the tattoos come after. You know what I'm saying? It's not the other way around. You don't usually get a taka and then become a gangster. You usually become a gangster, then get takas. You know what I'm saying? But what I don't like, what I will say is I obviously I enjoy the art. You know what I'm saying? There's some battles, there's some shit. Motherfuckers get down tacking. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people that got feed mask blasts all over the, nice stuff, usually cultural and stuff. What I don't like is that it's been hijacked by gangs. You know what I'm saying? If you get a nice little, whatever, a lowrider, an Azteca, well, what, think of whatever it is, everybody automatically assumes that it's it's a gang thing.
Think, yeah, I would think that.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because um it has become that. It's been hijacked to be that. When in fact, I mean, there's people, square people that just like the art and get it on them. All kinds of different, different type of art. You know what I mean? Egyptian stuff, whatever you want to get. But for whatever reason, ours is, connotated with gangs and stuff. Not for whatever reason. Again, it's been
It
hijacked
is.
by that culture, and so that's what's sad about it, bro. But I'm not sure if it necessarily draws kids into it. I think it's the other way around. I think once you're in it, then you start doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it's par for the course, of course. Like, everyone does it when you're in that life. Maybe it's simultaneous. I don't know, but I don't like that, it's been hijacked that way, and they've put meanings on different things, and you have to earn this and do that, and because a lot of individuals, put stuff on them that is just, you know, pleasing to the eye, just art, and it's looked upon, as gangster, or whatever. So that's my 2 cents on that part. I would avoid them only because of that, because it's sad, you know what I'm saying? But it does make people look at you in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to interviews, I'll wear long sleeves and stuff. I'm not going in like this. And it's unfortunate that I can't, because none of my shit is gang related. It's all Azteca stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I covered most of the gang stuff that I've ever had. And so, but people will still,
Oh,
try to
they're
put,
gonna judge. They
right.
will.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them for doing that. It just
No,
that's
I don't
the
either.
the type, you know. I mean, you think about if you had a business and people walking in to interview, you're gonna judge with the way they look, by the way they look. It just is what it is.
Yeah. And I covered my shit when I got out. I mean, I had 3 dots under my eyes. I took that off with laser. Um, I had Mexican Mafia in fucking, I mean, 4-inch old English letters on my back, huge. And I covered that. Um, I had stuff on my chest that I covered just because it was old English lettering, and there's just that connotation that I was trying to avoid. You know what I mean? And so I did. I mean, I covered most of all of my gang related tattoos. I mean, I got the little stupid barrio stuff still, like on my knuckles and stuff. It wasn't worth the price and all that to get that type of stuff off. But the stuff that, I needed to get rid of, and I felt I wanted to distance myself from, I took it away. Johnny Chinga Segrigo, I need an email address, need to talk to you. Hopefully you got it, brother. Prison Chronicles 1 at gmail.com, and I'll send you my numero, brother. Yes, I was. ZG said, "What's the word, Mockingbird?" What's up, ZG? How you doing, brother?
Oh, hello.
Patricia Gonzalez said, "Hello. How's everyone? What's up, Patricia? How you doing?"
Well, everybody, I think, is doing pretty well. I mean, we're doing okay.
So far,
Um, we're about to, start this new journey, but I mean, I know that life happens, and some people in here might be going through something that we're not. So, if there's anything you guys want to share with us, or advice, or anything, you guys can let us know, and we'll try to help out as best as we can.
yeah.
Um, because it's hard, and a lot of people here are from Arizona or California, and it's just we run into the same daily struggles. Everything is expensive, everything, and so it's just crazy.
So, for those that weren't here in the beginning, I'm moving back home for the purposes of, we've been talking about it for a while. Everyone that's been here for a while knows we started the nonprofit to try to target at-risk youth, try and getting them out of the gangs. Uh, we actually got it all set up as a 501 3C corporation, and it's time to kind of embark on that. We want to start pushing it and really start doing it, getting into those facilities, talking to these kids, trying to set things up, maybe some programs, some type of I don't know, groups, just different things. I'm gonna get out there to Arizona and just start pushing it. It's time. We've had this nonprofit, I think, for about 2 years now, and we've allowed kind of the fear of, instability to keep us from, Jawan she moved out there in the beginning of all this. That was the original plan. I was supposed to follow her shortly after. And I just couldn't, I had to make sure my son was good out here, the chante, working, all this stuff. But now my son is at an age where, he don't pay no attention to us. Um, and he's good. We're still going to obviously support him. He can't support himself, but he doesn't need mommy and daddy, on his leg. And it's time for us to embark on this and start doing what we've been talking about and really trying to make a difference in this whole bullshit that's happening with
And
these.
we need to do it together though. I can't do it without you. You can't do it without me. So we need to just hit the ground running with this and make it, like I said, like our another full-time job, but besides the jobs that we're going to have. But my
Yeah,
son, we were just so worried about him, and he's going to be able to be okay. Like nothing's ever in life it's going to be okay, and it's never nothing there is ever going to be perfect all the way through. You know what I mean? There's always going to be something.
yeah,
So we were just like, let's just get out here, get out here, and we're
yeah,
just a flight away if our son needs us, or if anything, my brother's out there with him. So um, if we feel good about it.
yeah. We just got to get out there and start trying our best to do this. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting any younger tampoco. We're at a
Well, you're
point.
not,
Um,
but
we're at this point where we really need to. I mean, we've been talking about it long enough. You know what I mean? This YouTube thing is cool, but the target audience doesn't really watch it. You know what I mean? The kids aren't watching this and taking our stories and our conversations to heart. You know what I mean? They need to hear it for real. This is a good networking opportunity to find people that can sit down and talk to these kids from both sides of the street. You know what I'm saying? The ones that grew up in the neighborhoods but didn't join that life, to show them that you don't have to go through all that mess just because you're from there. You know what I mean? You're not doomed to be a gangster and to live that world just because you're in the neighborhood. So many people have gotten out of it. The unfortunate part is most kids don't get to see that because those people don't come back to the neighborhoods. They move on in their world and they live, and the ones that come back to the neighborhoods are the ones that are getting out of prison and move back in with their moms on parole and start telling these fucking fantasy stories to these kids, making them think like this is some cool shit. And so, it's time to get out there and talk about the truth about it, the losses, the regrets, um, everything about it. Hector Luis Santiago said the glove don't fit, you must have quit. That was a that was the line. Johnny Ting, I said, I'm real happy for you guys. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, we just
oh, thank you. Yeah.
it's it's cool for us. I mean, obviously we've been apart, and we just got to do this. We're not we're I think we're wasting time. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? Now we got to get out there, got to find a place to live, got to get a job. We still have to work. This isn't, it's not like we just lay around and go talk to kids. You know what I mean? So there's still some stuff ahead of us, but it's part of that world.
I think we've been through bigger challenges in our life that I think that this
That's
isn't going to be
I
that
got out
hard
the
at all.
I got out the joint 9 years ago, and was able to do it till now, and so here we go again. Let's do this. Miss G said, "Hey, Mister Turtle and his beautiful lady,
Hey,
what's up?
Michelle.
Always talking shit." She said, "Hello, Yvonne. Hi there, Ty." I said, "Hello, Miss G." Miss G said, "Cricky, you went really blonde. Looks good." Always talking. What are you talking about?
I think because your hair looks light because of all the gray that's in it. Like he has light hair in general, but with the gray growing in it, it makes it look so much lighter. Which I like the gray. I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Carlo Flores said, "What's up, peeps? It's been a while since I've been with you guys. What's up, brother? Yeah, it has. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well, homeboy.
Oh, hello.
Thank you for stopping by, kicking back with us. Hector Luis said, "That's it." Carlos Flores said, "Cricket, I was waiting for you to reach out." I tried, brother. I texted you and I called, and it got so late. I knew what we were. I got your message, your email, not your email, your voicemail, and I tried to call back, and I left you. No, I didn't leave you a voicemail. I text you. Um, but we were so close to Easter, brother. And the truth, I don't know if you saw, we were able to get what 39 kids, babe.
For Easter, I think it was 33.
Okay, 33 kids. The truth is we didn't get as much donations this year as we got every other year. So we just tried to get the best, try to do the best we could with what we had. I knew what you were offering, and I didn't think that we'd be able to do it. I tried to call you though one time, and then I text you. I hope you get my. See, here's my other problem. I got one of them Google numbers también, you know what I'm saying, is what I usually use. And so sometimes the things don't come through, but hopefully if try to see if you saw my last text. If not, I'll shoot another one tonight, and then I just want to see if it comes through. Miss G said, Ty, don't you see the difference in Cricket's hair color? Miss G, you're obsessed. There ain't no difference. It's just longer. It's just because it's growing. It's light, but I usually have it shaved all the way down. 000. Bactiaris Fondiari, what's up, brother? He said everyone is overridden by thoughts. That's why they have so much heartache and sorrow. Acha?
Okay.
Yeah. Yvonne said, I Miss G. Ty said, yeah, Miss G. He looks 21 now, not 23. Oh, that's true.
Okay, calm down, Ty. You just got you just got here. Calm down.
Appreciate that, Ty. You,
Let's
you
not
see
get
it,
all
right?
delusional over here. Let's
You see it too, right, bro? Miss G said, come on, people. We all need to hit the thumbs up. Thank ya. Appreciate that, Miss
thank
G.
you.
Bakhtiar said, life is balance of holding on and letting go. Daniel Pina said, buenas noches, guys. Hope you guys are good. Personally, I've covered my gang tats up with now tasteful art. Honestly, I grew out of that life. Yeah, I think most people do, bro. I think most people do that. And that's probably another good thing to point out to these kids. You know what I'm saying? That most people regret that type of stuff. I mean, there's so much, bro, to talk to these kids about and point out and show them. It just has to be done in a different way. I don't think that scared straight stuff works. I don't think talking down to them works. I think having a serious heart to heart discussion, heartfelt, you know what I'm saying? Too many people are afraid to show emotion about what that world is about, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's the hard part, all the machismo and shit. So motherfuckers want to get out and be like, oh, you're gonna go in there and bubba and try to like that's all bullshit. You know what I mean? That don't happen. And to be honest, even if it did, to most little gangsters that are trying to come up, that's you're kind of calling them out. That's more of a okay, you're challenging me. Watch, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna show that I'm the big motherfucker. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a I don't think you're scaring anything out of them kids. In fact, I know you're not. I've been through it. I remember that shit didn't scare me. That was what I wanted to do. Um, I think the other side of it is the side that's not talked about so much. The loss of family and friends and life and so many other things. If you love your parents, if your parents die while you're in there, your ruka leaves you, you lose your kids are calling someone else daddy. There's so much that can fucking break your heart while you're locked up. And I don't think people have those conversations.
Well, I think a lot of these kids, like on the street and stuff like that, I think they need a different opinion in their life. They probably see their parents that way. Their parents are probably living that life, that crazy little life, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Um, they have uncles or somebody that they're looking up to. There's not a kid that just has good parents and just says one day, I want to be a Choco Loco. There's some influence somewhere. Who, where? What did you see? What did you read? What did you watch?
Yeah.
Who in
Sure.
your family is, wanting to inspire you to be that? Like what? Who is it? And so we want to reach these kids and let them know, like, hey, I know this is the way you're growing up, or I know that this is what you're around, but that doesn't mean that you have to be that. You can
Yeah.
be, uh, you know, a normal kid that's into, nerd or geek stuff and read books and, you know, um, like different things, and you can live in the hood and you don't have to be part of that world and get sucked into it. I know because growing up, I did live in the hood. I went to Trevor Brown High School and I was nothing like anybody in that hood. So
Yeah.
you don't have to, live that way. But somewhere, somehow they're getting influenced.
Well,
And
of course,
who's doing it? Where they, yeah.
if you
And so
feed
you got to put a
away,
different opinion in their head,
but
a
that's what
different
I'm
opinion. Yeah.
saying, and that's what I'm saying. The problem is they don't get to see that often because the fucking idiots that come back out, the people that are coming back to the neighborhoods, are the fools that are getting out the joint and then just want to show off to these little kids. I
Well,
don't even.
it's them, but sometimes it could be somebody in their own circle, which is
That
even
is their
more dangerous.
that is their circle, babe. You're not listening. That's their neighborhood. That's their uncles. That's their brothers. That's their cousins. It's their fucking. That's their neighborhood. It's the circle. It's the people coming home from prison that live next door to you. It's the homeboy that's 30 years old that gets out and you're 15 and he's talking about how he's a OG that was in the pinta the last 15 years and he was doing this and doing that. That's the influence that these kids see. That's the fucking problem. They don't see the other side of it. Like now, I've talked to fire chiefs and shit that grew up in Wedgwood and but never was part of the cliques. They just grew up there. They all their family was there, but they chose a different life. But no one saw that shit growing up. I never did. I never saw the good people. I didn't know that shit was happening. I didn't know there was an alternative. You
Yeah,
know,
they just need that different. They just need that different idea in their head. And hey, if I think sports and music is also a different
yeah,
outlet and things to make them do so they're not out getting in trouble. Like, hey, are you interested in any sports? Are you good at, do you want to do music? Do you want to do taekwondo? What do you want to do? And once they get into that, then they find a different type of gang, a different type of crowd. Like,
yeah.
oh, these are, my football buddies or my basketball buddies.
See, that's the
And that's their new lifestyle. Yeah.
the problem too is that's why I think that it's important for to have these nonprofits or these government organizations that push this because a lot of families can't afford to send their kids to go play football or
They
go pick
can't.
a guitar.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't have those extracurricular things. And then now we're seeing it for ourselves. The schools don't even have it. We've had to pay to buy fucking Agua Fria High School, their music department stuff. Like, how does that work? How do we have enough money to do that for a high school? How do we buy all the PE equipment for that ¿cómo se llamaba?
Elementary school.
Yeah, what was it called?
Elementary, Bethune.
Oh, Bethune, yeah, Bethune
Bethune.
Elementary. Like, how does that? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't give them the stuff, then what the fuck do you expect? All you're putting in front of them is these fucking idiots that are getting out and trying to show off because they went to prison. Like, I don't know. It's just
And
it's
I
just
I work at a music school and I see parents all the time that have to drop out of, they have to have their kids drop out because they can't afford it. And it's sad, because sometimes it's that single parent and she's just trying to get her kid into like a guitar class or a piano class or something or drum class. And she tried for the first 6 months, but then the bills add up and they just can't do it. And
yeah,
then she's like, "Oh, well, in high school they have band. We'll put them in band." But the teacher doesn't sit there individually with them and give them the one-on-one. And then they don't have the equipment that they need in the school. So it's kind of like they're just set up to fail, some of them, especially if they're already down the wrong path, and especially those kids that are already born into a bad situation.
Yeah.
Of course, everything's going to go bad for them, their years in their life. And for them, I really do.
Miss G said that's the reason you wear turtlenecks. Why? Tattoo? I
Oh,
don't have tattoos on my neck. I used to have a cricket on the back of my neck, but I covered that too. Bakhtiar says, set your life on fire, seek those who fan the flames. Watch out. LA Dodgers Blue says, saludos, Cricket and Jawan. Hope the family's doing good. What's up, brother? Hope right back at you, homeboy. I appreciate that. Daniel Pina said, I would hate to see any of my kids or anyone's kids go through what I went through growing up in the gang life. Me too, bro.
yeah.
Shit,
And
man.
and a lot of you guys in here think that way. We don't want it for our kids. We don't want it for our grandkids. We don't want it for any kids. And that's why I say us as adults, we have to be careful on how we represent ourselves every day.
That's why I
Walking
don't.
around, walking around. I get it when we're with each other on here, and we're just joking and you know, whatever you might say, your nicknames and things. I get it. But when you're around little kids, you have to be careful what you say and how you look and how you act. Just by the way you stand can make that a little kid look at you and say,
Yeah,
"Oh, I like that guy. He's cool. I want to be like that when I get older." So we have to be the best examples that we can be when we're out there in the world.
yeah, for
The way
sure.
you want, the way you would want it for your kid, want it for other kids also, not just yourself.
And that's why I don't understand how it's even like we make this big deal in the pinta world, right? In this whole lifestyle about protecting kids and crimes against kids and that how bad that is. But you're doing the same thing when you're recruiting these kids into this world. You're destroying their fucking life. And it's like, oh, I think her phone died. And that's just crazy, eh? Denver said, amen to that. What's up, brother? That's awesome, he said. Denver 7745. What's up, Denver? D Loco said, what's up, compa cricket? Aquí Tato Locon from Eastside, A Street, Doble BB Samacu's to you y la white fans. Right back at you, brother. Appreciate that.
Oh,
What's up?
thank you. Oh, my bad. I hit the button.
Mhm. Steven said, I really like the show. Are you planning to do more shows more often when you move down to Phoenix? Buenas noches to the great content creator wife. What's up, bro? I actually am, bro. I think that's one of the things that Joanna and I spoke about too. I told her that uh, there's a lot more options for content out there too. You know what I'm saying? Aquí on the story, I can't do no, this is it. We can do lives, you know what I mean? I don't like doing stories. I don't like coming on here and talking about old shit. Who stabbed who and who whacked who. That stuff isn't I know it's entertaining, but I think it glorifies that lifestyle from in the kids' minds. I know us as adults can compartmentalize that and say, man, that's stupid. You know, Vato was backstabbed and that's fucked up. They did him like that. And we can see those things. Kids can't. Kids just say, oh, well, he fucked up and they killed him. And these vatos are feed me. They're like the fucking CIA. They kill everybody. And, you know, that's their mentality. That's the kids' mentality. And so I see that shit, that storytelling shit is just glorification. And I'm not hating on anybody else that does it. People got to do what they got to do, you know what I mean, for their, you know, whatever makes them feel comfortable. I just don't like doing it. So once I'm in Phoenix, it'll be a lot better. You know, I'll be able to talk to some individuals that you know, hopefully, you know, feel the same way I do. We can have some stronger conversations about this type of stuff without, you know, who stabbed who and all that. None of that shit matters. You know what I'm saying? We all know it happens. People die. Go watch fucking Steven Seagal if you want to see blood. You know what I mean? That shit isn't cool.
True story.
And if you want to see a pussy get beat up and act stupid, go watch that dude. You know what I mean?
Don't talk about Steven Seagal like that. He's one of the greatest actors ever. How dare
Yeah.
you?
Said I
How
really,
dare you?
yeah, I really did right there. Miss G said,
Mm.
this guy and you talk about Paulo, he was in an accident that his truck landed in the water. He was drowning. He's paying it forward by making beautiful crosses to give out. I would love to introduce you to him so you can pass out the crosses to the kids and to everyone in the chat. Are you interested? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, things like that are cool. You know what I'm saying? I would love to listen, man. People that are doing good things, you know, How can you not want to work with people like that? You know what I'm saying? Of course. Palmero said, man, gotta love the California justice system. Flew out to turn myself in and I got OR'd, LOL. In and
Oh,
out, bro.
goodness.
They're overcrowded.
Carmel, you stay out of trouble, okay?
D Loco said, down here in Mexico and loving it. We're free down here, never going back. Much love and respect, homie. That's good,
That's where
bro.
Manuel's from, too.
Miss G said to give. Oh, I already read that. Dispensa. Bactiara said, beautiful days do not come to you. You must walk towards them. Gotcha. Where do you get all these sayings at, fool? What book you got? Palmero said, I send mine in full to everyone. Cricket, the exceptional content creator, my B23 carnales.
Oh, my God.
He said, even the orejona over there.
Who? Where is she at?
D Loco said, La wife sounds nice, carnal. Show a pic of a celebrity who she resembles. That way I can put a carita to the voice.
I
Just
don't look like any celebrity.
think a Dumbo, eh?
Are you serious?
I'll show a picture, bro. When she was, I got pictures from when she was younger. That's her with my son. When I first, when she had my son.
You were locked up.
Yeah, that's her with my son. This is when she was a couple months pregnant. I was locked up.
I was not throwing up a gang sign right there. Just let's make that clear. I was pointing out that I was 2 months pregnant.
This is her from her younger days.
I was like 14.
When they're putting pencil on their lips.
Oh, wow.
That's it. That's kind of
so little and cute. Look at me.
But yeah, that's her, bro. She was and then I see if you see me, I still look the same shit. Watcha, crazy, huh?
Please take that down.
Let me see. Jesus Niners said, nice to know you. Soy Conejo from Los Angeles. Órale, ¿qué hubo, brother? What's up? How you doing, brother? Eric Lermo said, ¿qué hubo, Cricket Joanne and the B23 familia? How is everyone? Good,
What?
good. How you doing,
We're
Eric?
all doing okay.
He said, I'm just at home from work. You see, they changed your DLC pick, Cricket. No more slick back hair. No, I didn't know that. Did they really change
They
it?
changed your picture?
How could they? What? It's been there for like 20 years. What would they change it to?
Maybe they updated it to you looking older.
What? How? They don't have an older one, do they? Well, I guess maybe they do. I didn't know that they did that.
Are you gonna look it up after?
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh my God.
Holy shit! What the fuck is that? Oh, that sucks.
What did they change it to?
Oh, that's fucked up. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a minute. How could I do that? I can't remember how to do a. It's one. I'm wearing an orange jumpsuit for some. Aquí está. Okay, hold on. Damn, I didn't know that they.
Why would they change it?
I don't know. They got an older. Right here.
Is this picture like newer?
Yeah, I think it's one of the ones. Well, I had to have been probably when I was getting out because my you can't grow a goatee, and my mustache is above my lip. I got it right here. Hold on, I'll show you. Damn, that's crazy. I don't know why they did that. I still look young as fuck.
If you don't look good in the picture, I wouldn't put it up if I were you. But I think you're better looking a lot now than back then. Well, no, when I met you, you were really good looking.
What's up?
And then you see, I think that was your little ugly phase.
Sure, ugly shit. When was that? I don't know when that was.
Oh.
That had to orange jumpsuit. White
Your hairline really is going back.
That had to be Alhambra, you know? Because I got out when
you are getting old.
Your ass is getting old.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know that, Eric. That's crazy, bro. Johnny,
what year was that?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know those. They took so many goddamn pictures. That had to have been fuck. I don't know. I don't even know why they would change it.
Maybe they got tired of seeing the other picture. Maybe somebody watches YouTube and they're like, this guy in that picture.
Or they're just sitting there updating shit. The hell? Johnny Chinga said, I can imagine the return letter. Ese grillo shot you an email. Let me know if you got it. Okay. Yeah, I got it, bro.
That's funny.
All right. I just sent you one back with my number, fool. All right, where are we at? Carlo Flores said, yeah, I got your message, brother. I got that. I want to donate for the kids. Okay. D Loco said, la wife says, I read that one, yeah. Cricket, you a big homie, dog, todo bien. That's why I follow you. Love to hear historias de los carnales because we respect all that drama. Here's another thing that just happened recently. I've been reached out to by a couple active carnales that are
You're not going to say it.
no, I'm not giving no names. They're
Oh,
tired, they're just tired of the drama and all that, and they want to talk about some of the turmoil within the whole thing, what's happening, and I think that's a good thing. It's not necessarily for this, but I think to talk to the kids about um, because I can talk about my day and all the backstabbing and all of that, but what's happening today, I can assume it's the same shit, and obviously it is. They're telling me now, and I'm getting new names and new stuff and new incidences. But active fucking carnales are actually reaching out to me now and telling me things about how fucked up the whole thing is. So it's a good thing. I think they want to see this shit die too. Hector Luis said, I appreciate what you guys doing. And the other day I seen some shorties in the old neighborhood and jumped out on the and talk real talk to them about this life we live, and thought of you guys when I decided to get at spit the truth about this life and the consequences. I don't know if they really listen, but they know me from the hood and know what's out there and know what I was there putting in nation business. So I hope that I got to them. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's what everybody needs to do. You know what I mean? Spence, everybody, give me a second.
they're going to remember you for sure. They're going to remember whether if they make a change or not, but maybe when something bad happens or they're in trouble or something, they're going to remember what you said to them and be like, ah, I should have listened, or, oh, he was the only person that ever said anything to me. Nobody ever told me to not do this. And there was one person that said, don't do it. So they're going to listen. Oh my God, he's taking forever.
I'm coming. Shut the fuck up.
Hurry up.
No, so here's the thing, brother. The good part is here's the thing. I've said it before. Some kids need to get locked up. And as sad as that sounds, it's true. You know what I mean? Some of us need that little, wake me up. It's just hopefully not too late. You know what I mean? And here's the good thing with that. To the little Vato that gets 5 years and he remembers that conversation on the side of the road with you, that may be the only 5 years he ever does, because he remembers that conversation and now he's seeing it for himself for this little 5 years. He hasn't yet thrown it all away. And hopefully that's where we can stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully we can keep him from that altogether. But there's some that you just can't, right? There's some that just you can't. And so I think of myself, my first sentence was only 6.5 years in prison. I was 17. They give me 6.5 years in prison. And me, the pendejo, thought, man, that means I don't get out till I'm 23. I'm going to be old as fuck. That's the rest of my life. Fuck it. I'm going hard in here. It was stupid thought, kids thinking. But it's because I had never had that conversation with anybody that had done, real time and talked to me about the downfalls of it, the sadness of it, the losses of it, how you could just get over it. You know what I'm saying? Do your little bullshit time, but don't get involved in this dumb shit so that you can move on and be somebody, because you still can. And so that's the good thing with those type of things. I think that, like, yeah, they may still continue. They may, when you walked away from them, they may have laughed at you and be like, man, pinche veterano pendejo. That's, you know what I mean? But in their mind, individually, to each other, they're going to talk shit because they're still playing that macho role. But individually, they're thinking about it. And if they ever pick up anything, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, that may be the time when it really hits them and they say, man, this is what dude was talking about. This is it. I'm done. I'm going to get out and I'm going to change. I'm going to be something different. While I'm in here, I'm going to read. I'm going to get my GED, whatever the fuck they got to do, and not take that next step to throw it all away. You know what I'm saying? That's the unfortunate side of it, is a lot of dudes go in there with this baby time, 5 years, 10 years. And when you're 17, 10 years ain't shit. You're going to get out at 27. You're good. But you don't see it that way because no one has had that conversation with you and said, Mira, you're going to get out at 27, bro. You got your whole life ahead of you. You're going to lose people if you keep this shit up. You know what I mean? Those things aren't because they're going to go in there. They're going to think, fuck it. I'm going hard. I'm trying to look cool to these older motherfuckers. I want to be like them. And that's the sadness of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the bad part. And ain't nobody in there trying to talk you out of that juego, man. That's the fucking other fucking sad part of it. Mark Gonzaga said that life is not worth it. All my homies that didn't get murdered or doing life in prison now, they're dying in their 50s of Hep C. Like I said, that life ain't worth it. Yeah, it ain't. Not even not even a little bit, man. I think about that. How much time, how much loss. It's crazy. Fuck Metal said famous cricket quotes and wisdoms. And your ass. Wiser words have never been spoken. Jeff Metal, what's up, fool? Ty said
Wow.
Steven Seagal's a joke in the martial arts world, Jovan. He is. They know. She's just,
Hi. No, he's not. He's a great actor.
yeah, right. Miss G
I
said, I
already
need,
told you he's like in my top 5. You know what I mean? I just we had a whole conversation about this. I just think the way the way he acts, the way he does his stunts, it's just so smooth.
okay, stop wasting time. That we're not
Oh,
talking about
okay. Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay.
Miss G said, I need your email address so I can give you guys my number so I can get you and Thomas introduced. Okay, it's a Prison Chronicles 1 at gmail.com if you want to just get at me real quick. Carlos Flores says she looks gangster.
Oh no, never, sir. Never that.
Bakhtiar said Rumi the poet. Oh, is that the book, bro? I read a bunch. I read, you know how we are when we go to the Pinta, bro. We try to read all this philosophy, Nietzsche, and all this shit, and try to be all. I did all that highlight, bro. I don't remember shit, um, but I remember it was cool. Those are good quotes, man. They're good. I mean, there's good words to live by. Unfortunately, that's the other bad side of it. A lot of them idiots hijack it for the bad. You know what I'm saying? 48 laws of power, 33 strategies of war, all that highly, and you can use that stuff for business. You know what I'm saying? That those are good business books. But then fucking idiots, they hijack that shit for the bad side and they start trying to teach these little kids and make them seem like they're these geniuses in there because they know fucking thesaurus words, and it's just sad, man. The whole manipulation juego. I really learned my laughing. Noel B said, "Good evening, Giovanni and Cricket and PC family." What's up, Noel B? Damn, PC family. Damn, that
Prison
is.
Chronicles.
You
Stop
know,
saying that.
stop saying what
You always say it PC. It's Prison Chronicles. You don't.
he said. PC, so I'm clowning. Shut your fucking
I
mouth.
know he's like shortening it, but you should know what that means.
Dude, I can't joke. What the fuck?
No,
Heart
you
life.
can't actually. You can't.
Hey, y'all. What's up, Heart life?
Oh, hello, Tony.
I said, hey, Tony. He said, AI photo tag. Bakhtiar said, speak the truth even if it harms you. Yeah, that's what I do, bro, to her. You hear me? Manuel Unsueta. What's up, brother? He says, saludos, cricket to you and Jovan. Just got horrible news. My tax lady put a wrong number in my account for my tax return. Suerte de perro. Damn, for real?
Oh no.
Can't that can, but you still have time to, can't you do what are they called? I don't know what the hell it's called, but you can put in one, fix it, can no? Jay Alberto Camacho said, yes, you're so right. Bactiar said, do not follow the majority, follow the truth. Carlos Flores, unfortunately, a lot of the kids don't get the truth. That's the sad part. The majority is all they get to see. That's why I think it's so important to bring back people that have made it out of that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be one of the focuses of our nonprofit is bringing people in that never really was in that world. You know what I'm saying? Or learned from their first lesson and made something of themselves, because that's important to see. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important to see that you don't have to go down that path. You don't have to do 20 years in prison just because you're from the barrio. You know what I mean? It's not it's not a must that you got to go to prison just because you're a Chicano from the hood, or any of that, or what, wherever you're from, whatever, if you're from whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad that those that's even out there in that way. You know what I mean? That those are even, I don't know. Those are
I think there's kids out there that need help also, that are just neglected. They have parents, know their parents are not gang members, know their parents are not in that world, but they're just being neglected. They have neglectful parents. And that leads to kids being, they feel like they're left out, nobody cares, nobody loves them. They, get into depression. They're just alone all the time. Their mind is going crazy. So it's also those kids that, not just like at risk, but mainly at risk, but all kids, every kid needs help if they're in trouble, regardless if it's gang related or not. I feel, um, like I said, I work where there's students and parents, and I see a lot of those parents that go in there, and I just, it hurts me. It hurts my heart because they should not be parents. They just should not be parents at all. And then I don't know why they keep having kids, because they're just so neglectful. And these aren't parents that are going in there that are, choco locals or your choco loco over there. That it's not. It's just a regular parent, looks normal, but their kid is miserable.
yeah,
Their kid is miserable, and we know it because they tell us when they're there, when their parents not there. It's a cry for help. It's a cry for attention. I see it. I see the parents. I look at them and I'm like, oh my God, no wonder your kid's a mess.
yeah, yeah. It's sad. It's tough. Carlos Flores said, I was a crazy guy back in the days. I used to fight all the time. I was too, man. I was really bad, man. I'll tell you something that's crazy, and I don't know why. I was an angry, I was an angry kid, and I wanted so bad. And this is gonna sound real gacho, but it's the truth. I wanted so bad to kill somebody. Um, Hold on. My nose keeps running. I wanted so bad to do that. I don't know why. I don't know why that was a thing in my head, but I wanted to. And and when I finally did, I was so proud. Um, and I kept wanting to. Jovan will tell you, I used to brag about it. I was boastful. I was the task force, the FBI was telling people on the street, her tia. They went to her tia and was like, he's a bad dude. He's a suspect in multiple homicides. And I would laugh and I would tell Jovan, I'm the my little saying was I was the gingerbread man that they couldn't catch me. I was stupid. And I thought that I really thought that. I thought I was a fucking genius. um but now That's probably one of the most painful things of my past, So Johnny Chinga said, Tony, salute. Carlo Flores says Steven Seagal was my hero back in the days. I used to copy the way he fight. Cut it out, bro. Are you serious?
It was good, right? Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're good, Noel, brother. Why would you just clowning? You could say that. We
Oh
just
no, we're just playing. Don't you say whatever you want to say. Don't
and
listen to this guy. He gets crazy if the wind blows wrong.
no, it's a joke, brother. I have no that highlight right there. I'm not ashamed of anything I've done in my life, bro. Well, I am, but I'm talking about after leaving that life. Johnny Chinga said, Tony, salute. Hector Luis said, that's them old glamour shots from the mall. Oh,
Yeah, they are. It was we took him at Westridge Mall when it was still called Westridge Mall.
what was that other?
Now it's called Desert Sky. And the name of that store was called Pose at the time. It was called Pose. Now I think they call it like Image Shots or something. And it's still in the same place, same area, same type of pictures. And, every time I go to that mall, I'm like, oh my God, I remember we used to come here in high school. And just, it's kind
You
of
remember
neat that they still have it.
Olin Mills?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody used to do that shit.
But those were just really popular in high school. It was the thing to do.
That and the fair pictures.
Yeah, the fair pictures were really big too.
Noel B said the kids from Cottonwood sent y'all Easter card to say thank you for the baskets, but the card was returned back to them.
You know what I realized after I sent it back and I got the receipt from the post office? I didn't put an apartment number. I just put and I put it was I actually put it under my cousin's name. So it was under my cousin's name and I just put her address and I didn't put the apartment number. So that's probably why I got returned. But I figured, if they would just hold it in the office or deliver anything that gets returned. I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, right? We should have put
Yeah,
to the
because they could if they're like, oh, there's no number on this. Why wouldn't they take it to the office?
Miss G
But
said, I
thank
looked
you
at it.
so much for that card. I appreciate it. Um, we'll get at you so we can get it. I appreciate it.
Tell the kids thank you. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's gonna melt my heart
Miss
if I
G
see
said,
that. I'm gonna cry.
I looked it up. It's on your channel, your email. Yeah, yeah, it is. Carlo Flores said, I used to tell my kids when they were younger to do what I used to do. It was embarrassing to tell the stories, but they came out good kids. Yeah. Immaturity, bro. I think I used to see it. I mean, yeah. Luckily, I mean, not luckily. It sucks that I didn't get to raise my kids and stuff, but I'm pretty sure I would have been a bad influence on my boy. You know what I'm saying? If I would have not got locked up when I did, I was deep in the juego at that time when Joanne got pregnant. You know what I mean?
I don't
And
know. I feel like it just kind of like I don't know for you, but like once I got pregnant and I had him, it's just like, oh my God, this is really happening. Like nothing else matters. So it was just like a wake up call for me. You know what I mean? And I don't know about you, but I was like, this is it. It's not about me and him. It's about my kid. All this other craziness has got to stop. We're done. I'm done.
yeah,
And
but here's the
this is a
thing:
whole new life.
the problem with that is, remember, I got locked up, and then I'm I got released, but I didn't. The feds picked me up. Then they're seeking the death penalty on me. So my mind is still on all that, and I had no plans of walking away at the time yet. It was just obviously I wanted to protect my son and be there for him and all of that. But I'm not sure if my lifestyle would have changed immediately, or if what I'm saying, because it took what it took for me to walk away still.
Yeah, but I think it's just different when you're holding a little baby in your arms and you're just like looking at this little face like I owe them everything. I don't know, that's at least how it happened for me. And I mean, good thing that you went along with us because if you didn't, then you would have really lost me and Mijo. It would have been done. I was not going to continue with that lifestyle with you. It is different when we were single and we're out there, you're out there running a fool. It's different when you bring a kid into this world. So you could
But,
sit there and act and say that I wouldn't, but you don't
but,
know.
but continue what lifestyle? You weren't doing anything. You just sat at home waiting for me.
You, if you were out and we had him, something would have had to have changed. We would have had to have moved. You would have had to run. Something would have to have happened because I wouldn't want my kid growing up in that lifestyle.
Hmm.
I lied to him that you were in jail and prison because I didn't even want him to know that growing up.
No,
And
I
then
know
he
that.
finally kind of put it together. So if I was lie to him about that, I wouldn't want him, growing up around all the crazy stuff that you were doing. No way.
Well, I mean, uh, and here's the other side of that. I don't think that I had the mentality of some of the other carnales. I don't think I would have had my son around that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That stuff would have been away from my home, I think. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, even if you remember, I already had it kind of like that. Like people were not allowed upstairs. That was our stuff. Every downstairs, and then I didn't want people slanging out the house. I had rules set up to keep all that stuff
It
away.
doesn't matter. You're still gonna lose. You're
Why
still
not?
gonna lose.
Why
So
lost? The fuck?
yeah,
Yeah. I'm just
but
saying.
but yeah, but don't say that I wouldn't have. And
I just
calm
know my
down.
mentality was not like the rest because the rest would have the kid in the car, going to the meetings and shit.
Oh no, I've seen those. I've seen those. I've seen them with their kids around doing that. One of them was pregnant and he punched her in the face. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that I saw. So I mean,
Yeah.
but that was it for me though. When I held that baby, my son, in that hospital that night, and it's just me and him. That was it. That was it for me. And if Manuel, kept into that or wanted to continue that or got out and started up, yeah, that's it. It's not about us anymore. It's about him. I would have left. I would have, as hard as it would have been for me, I would have anyway.
Carlos said he had a good style, how it worked for me. My son did too. My son, he was way different, obviously, but he had a good style. He didn't dress gangster, obviously. He was more what would you call that? Preppy?
Yeah, he dressed more preppy, more kind of like in the now, I guess.
Yeah. He never had tight pants or no shit though.
No,
Hard Life said, Sup, Johnny? Daniel Pina said, kids learn from what they see throughout their childhood. It's our job to guide them through it in the right direction. Honestly, it starts with the parents. Teach kids the right way. It does, bro. Unfortunately, some kids don't have that, though. So that's why I think it's important for these, you know, I'm not trying to toot my, what we're doing here, but I think it's important to have these nonprofits and stuff in these neighborhoods. I mean, if I didn't think it was important, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing and trying to push it. I think it's important to have programs for them and have things for them to do, and I think a lot of that stuff is boys and girls club. I mean, there's so many. Unfortunately, the thing with boys and girls club that I don't like is they just kind of leave them there to play. You know what I mean? But you know, but it's still something. It's just there's so much that when you just leave again, like they say, idle hands. You know what I mean? You leave a kid to their own. You know what I mean? Just to do what they do on the calles, they're gonna get in trouble for the most part. I mean, whether it's as bad as we did or it's some other little dumb shit. You know what I mean? It happens, and they need that adult supervision to guide them correctly, no matter in what sense it is. I mean, we're not. It doesn't all have to be gangster and all la madre, but kids get in trouble sometimes. They do dumb things. They get in fights. They steal. They whatever, dumb stuff. They go jump bikes and they get hurt. It can be any little thing that can get them in trouble or hurt, and they need guidance. And if they don't have that, it can get worse, and that's the unfortunate part. And that's the problem with just having kids to have kids, and these vatos that got fucking 20 kids out there and think it's cool and shit, and fucking deadbeats don't take care of their kids and shit. I put myself in that category. I'm in the pinta with my kid on the street. It's gotcha.
Well, then if you feel that bad about it, you should give me some of that child support money, sir.
Yeah, I don't feel that bad. I got over it. Appreciate it though.
Oh, wow. What a
Carlos
piece of
Flores
food.
what I got from Seagal was the move when he hits people in the neck. I used to do that all the time when I used to fight. You crazy. D Loco
That
said
could hurt, though, if you just, like
chop
poodle
someone.
chop. Yeah, like chop somebody, like, in the neck.
Yeah. Shit. D Loco said we love you, white fence.
Oh, thank you. Love you guys right back.
Carlos Flores said I got lucky. I didn't do a lot of time after doing a lot of bad things. Yeah, that's the fucked up side. I mean, I earned it. I deserved it, but I deserved a lot more. So I actually got lucky. John Saviego said, "Cule canal into the missus from Salas Califas." What's up, brother? How you doing?
Okay, hello.
D Loco said, "Sema respeto, carnal. Ya te la sabes. Just fantasies, puro respeto." Yeah, I know, brother. Yeah. Hector Luis Santiago said, "I got a lot of boys that taught their sons to be a part of this life. And even when I was all about that life in the hood, I would tell them, why would you ever want that life for your kid?" Yeah. When I was and again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or nothing like that, but I always had a soft heart. And I don't mean that like, I wouldn't know whatever, I don't care about none of that, but I had a soft heart, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I hit the pinta on a violation one time, and I was only back on I had like a month violation. Jovan was living at the Carnal Chino's wife's house with her. She was pregnant, and I got busted. I had to go. No, I had just beat a case, but I was on parole, so I had to go back to the pinta to finish my little parole, and I only had like a month left. So they didn't even fuck with me on the STG. They let me walk the yarda. So they sent me out to Yuma. And when I get there, I'm the only carnal on the yard. When I get there, I'm on Cheyenne. And so there was these youngsters, 18-year-old kids and stuff that are right away, in the kitchen, trying to sit with me, tell me that if I need anything. And I remember just not all of them, but one, I had a conversation with one of them. And I told them, we don't need you. You're, you know what I mean? Like, why would you even want the, he was 18. And I was like, we don't need you. I said, just do your time, get out and move on with your life. You don't need to get involved in this. This ain't no life for no kid. And I remember talking to him, telling him that. And I remember thinking about that after that a lot, how he must have felt fucking gacho, but I didn't mean it in a bad way. Like, he wasn't a chonch. It wasn't like I was saying, hey, you're a pussy, we don't want you. I just didn't want to lead nobody that way. You know what I mean? By then I had seen so much. By then there was so much backstabbing. By then I had already killed Garfield and all that had happened. There was already a lot that I had seen and knew that just wasn't right, but I justified in my own head, but I still knew something wasn't good there, And and I remember that conversation. It was a trip. I don't even remember the kid's name, man. Miss G said you guys can give your son a sibling. Yeah,
No, I think Manuel's too old.
this is too old. I could do
My
shit.
God.
I could have 2, 3 more.
You go and have 2, 3 more. I'm not like, what the heck? Trap me for 18 more years.
Trap you, please. You're begging to stay.
Yes,
Uh oh.
you knew. You're like, I'm gonna get her pregnant before I go in. You trapped me. That's what you did.
Yeah, okay. T loco, ese pinche Brad Pitt cricket corta de Magic Mike Forex. Noel B says okay, but we've had sent some pictures of the kids to your email. You have? To the email? I'll check it out. I'll look it up. Geronimo
You
said,
know, not to cut you off, but it's sad though when there's situations where the father's so deep involved and then their kid gets involved and the parent still doesn't care. And they think it's a good thing, father son committing crime, because there are some guys out there that they hurt their own kids. It's child abuse.
yeah,
And there's a lot of father sons in prison together. And a lot of the fathers don't sit there and say, "Hey, what are you doing here?" Oh my God, like they don't.
no.
Some might, some don't, but a majority of them don't. We have people. I mean, I know somebody that, I mean, they killed his dad, and he still chose that life. Um, they just are. That's just what they do. They're just so stuck in their head that that is the way of life, and it's not. And then they're okay with their kids wanting it and being in it.
Yeah.
And
That
that
was
is
one of
just
the things
that is just so crazy to me. Like
that was one
that.
of the things that got me with RJ. How RJ he made his son, little RJ, that Smiley got made. Um and he got made because basically his dad, and that was crazy to me that that big RJ would even, I mean, why would you, why would you need your son to be part of that world? You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
he's already locked up. You got the power you got. Just protect him. Let him be, and let him get out and move on. Why would you get him involved in something that now becomes for life? You know what I'm saying? Or that could potentially be the death of him if he decides against it later. That's just wrong. It's a trip.
I've I've also seen people who had the chance to get out and be out here in this world with their kids, and they really chose not to because they really thought that that's the life. They really believe in this whole
Yeah,
little prison gang, which is really sad. And those kids, I feel for, because the one person that should have their back, the one person that is their whole world, their influence, is poisoning them, leading them down the wrong road. You would think, oh, it's a friend or a cousin or somebody that made them go that way, but it's their own parent. The person that gave them life is
yeah.
helping them ruin their life. And it's crazy. I don't That's like the worst. It's child abuse at its finest.
Geronimo said, "I'm grateful that my little pajarito and I get to do projects together, and he knows that he earns when he works." That's cool.
Oh, that's cute.
Back there, I said, "Good
That's
night. Gonna have a blessed night. You too, brother. Appreciate you, eh? Do,
Good
bro.
night.
Watch out, Vicky. How long's it been since you've been here, fool? How you doing?"
What is it? Oh, well, hello, Vicky. Where have you been?
Chat room, I can find a legend and a lunchbox bully, he said. Look at,
Okay, Vicky came in with a bang. He came in. Wow. Well, hello, Vicky. How are you?
hopefully everything's good with you, brother. I know you out there in that part of the world. Hopefully you're doing good out there, brother.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hi, Vicky. It's been a minute.
Yeah, Vicky's
Nice to
out.
see you.
He's out there. You're in Israel, right, Vicky? Hopefully everything's okay, bro. Johnny Chinga says, seriously, Senora White Fence, Steven Seagal's a good actor. What's next? Jack Black deserves an Academy Award for Nacho Libre. The Pasas White Fence.
Mm, Johnny, stop it. I'm not gonna get into this, okay? But I know Jack Black is not a good actor. But come on, Steven Seagal, he's smooth, man. That's one smooth actor.
You're so ridiculous. You're so ridiculous.
Why?
Uh, where are we at? Leo Buenrostro. Saludos from Florida, homie. Some of us Florida natives want Florida to be our thing, like how Arizona did years ago. What do you mean, brother? What you mean by that?
Florida?
Yeah. I remember I had a homie that moved to Florida when we were kids. He got out of Adobe Mountain and moved out there, and I heard he ended up doing good out there. Laffy, they call him Laffy. D Loco said I got Big Carlos on Steven Seagal.
I
For
just like him. I can't help it. He
for
just doesn't. We don't agree like on the same. I mean, it's so weird because we love each other so much, but we're such opposites. It's so crazy. Like the same actors that I like, he doesn't. Shows that I like, he doesn't. I mean, there's some things, but we're just so opposite.
but
Like he
Steven
hates a lot of the stuff that I like even something that's just as simple. Like there was this guy that would like tell stories out of Colorado. He was a cop, that Kenya guy,
oh my god.
and he would make fun of the way he narrates.
And
Oh,
then one day he walked up. Shut the fuck up.
and then I liked Dog the Bounty Hunter. He doesn't like him. See what I mean? There's like, come on, give me something.
Fernando Flores said, never heard of this. Never heard of what, bro? You talking about the channel, the show, what we're talking about? Appreciate you stopping by, homeboy. Gracias. Johnny Chinga said, I'll vote for Pedro over Steven Seagal.
Oh man.
D Loco said, Reed, when keeping it real goes wrong. Johnny Chingas is laughing. Big motherfucker. He put the phase to a life
Oh,
profile. Thank you
well,
for that.
hello, big guy. How are you?
That's actually the nonprofit that we started. It's called Phase 2 of Life.
Oh, good looking out. Thank you.
He put the ¿cómo se llama? Link. Vicky said, good to see you two. All good here. We are gang banging.
Well, hope you're well, Vicky. Um, keep in touch. Need anything. I know it's tough out there.
Yeah. Sean Cervantes said, Kiwo Cricket and Jovan. Hope all is well. What's up, brother? Simone, everything's good. How you doing? Miss G said, I think Jovan had a crush on Steven.
Yeah, I think a little bit, yeah. I don't know. It's
too, because of the little ponytail.
and I don't really care for the hair, but the ponytail's okay. And I really don't care for like a man bun or ponytail. I'm not big on that. But I think, just the way he would dress, like a blazer and then like the jeans and then the shoes, and I don't know, he just looks so smooth, like, and then he was into martial arts, right? And all that stuff. And
yeah, that's what you want to call it.
Well, what do you call it?
Touching people and faking.
No, like there was a movie he did where they actually show him like sitting and like
touching people and
meditating.
Faking. That's not martial arts. That's called meditating.
No, but he got up and he was like,
touching people
practicing. Okay, all right.
Dad said, hope all is well, Cricket. I enjoyed your recent upload of the 60-minute news program. Gracias, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Andrew Lopez said, have you ever been to the high desert area, Adelanto, Victorville, Esperia? No, I have not, brother. No, I have not. I haven't been to Califas much, bro, to be honest. I've been locked up too much. D Loco says, so Chicanos, Choco Locos, we wetbags, Choco Tacos. He said, Machete.
That's a good one.
Machete Cricket, esa nariz going Choco Loco. I know, bro. Hey, la neta, I get emotional, bro. And so. What's this? A scorpion?
Oh, a claw. Let me see. Claw. Oh, yeah, it's one of those little claws.
Ty said, aquí the weirdo, LOL. Oh, yeah, that's what it is, right? Keto. That's what it's supposed to be.
A what?
That's what they call that so-called martial arts that gay dude does.
See, Ty knows. Ty, do you watch his videos secretly and do moves like him?
Noel B said, "You're right, Joanna." You know what I heard? They got a video of him though, babe, from P Diddy's
Don't
channel.
start.
They
No,
got it
they
at
don't.
P Diddy's house. I'm telling you.
No, they don't. You'll never catch him there.
I don't know.
Oh,
No,
I know.
you're right, Jovan. I saw my step uncle and his sons drink beer and share drugs. Yeah,
That's crazy, right, Noel?
yeah
Isn't that crazy?
that's a lot. You know, that's a lot of families, bro. And that's the sad part. You know what I mean? But we don't think of that when we're like a lot of adults don't think that these kids are watching this stuff and noticing these things. They think these kids están pendejos in their own world, and they're not. And that's the problem. You know what I mean? You forget. I don't know how, but as an adult, you forget what you used to look at as a kid and see how you saw things and how things, how you translated things in your mind and shit. And I think that's part of the problem that we don't realize as we're growing up with our children in front of us. And we think that they're just oblivious and they're just, he's too young, no sabe. No, fuck no. They know. They know what the fuck's going on. It's just
Well,
it's
I just think that a lot of parents want to be their friends. Like, go find your own friends. You're in your 30s and your 40s. Go find your own friends. Your kids don't need to be your friends. You'll be friends with your kids when you're a lot older. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my parents were best friends. We probably even dress alike sometimes or like the same things because we're older, we're in that age. But at 15, my mom is not supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to have your own friends, your own life, your own little identity, and your parents are supposed to be there to give you discipline and structure.
yeah.
And yes, I can go to my parents and open up about things and stuff, but I had friends for that. And a lot of these parents, like, those are not your friends, those are your kids. You're supposed to lead them down the right way. And
Yeah.
it's just, it's horrible to see that. It really is.
Miss G said Jovan Stevens sings. Check out his music also. Check out Bruce Willis's documentary called Bruno.
Okay.
G, come on, cut it
He
out.
sings.
Oh my God. Vicky said, "What's
Man, he's like a triple threat.
same old shit?" Vicky, how you been, bro?
You know, Vicky, just same old, same old.
Yeah,
Well, something is new. He's moving back to Arizona in about a week and a half, so we're going to be together again, which is
yeah. I'm gonna
great
be,
because we've been apart for too long now.
yeah. So originally, for those that don't know, we started this nonprofit, and Jovan moved back home, and I was supposed to follow there shortly thereafter. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, we I, we have a house. I had a job, my son, and I didn't want to just quit my job and go out there and leave all this without making sure that everything was good first. My son, it's been 2 years now. He's 22, 21. Um, but he's gonna be so he's to the he's 20 actually. But um he's to the point where he don't mess with, he's not on our leg. Obviously we're still gonna have to take care of him and do our thing, but we can now go on this endeavor that we've been wanting to for so long, which is the nonprofit. We started it 2 years ago. We incorporated it, and it's been a nonprofit 501c3 for 2 years. We just have never asked for donations for it or anything because we haven't done anything with it yet. And that's about to change. I'm going back and we're going to start, trying to get programs together for kids, going to these facilities, talking to kids, doing all this stuff. So we're about to start pushing it, and so I'm moving back out there. It's that time. Let me see. Andrew Lopez said that Food Meat Mill was getting his nalgas clapped. I know, bro. That sounds so gacho right there. Huh?
Ooh, gross.
There's an audio where it's just ridiculous. I don't even want to talk about it. Hector said John Claude Van Damme would whoop Seagal's ass. LOL.
Oh, well, I think it would be a tie because they're both really good.
John Claude también era más puto que la
Don't start with him. He was good too.
fucking splits and shit. Chejoto.
Don't say
Jazz, LOL. Hector Luis Santiago. I know I spelled his name wrong. My bad. Yeah, so they don't matter, bro. No one gives a
Dang,
damn.
that would be a tough one, huh?
What? What would?
Them two. Yes, it would. Them two
Them two what?
fighting John Claude and Steven Seagal.
Yeah, whoever the choreographer would really have to figure that one out.
They do their own stuff.
Yeah.
They do their own stuff. They do.
They
They're like Jackie Chan. They do their own stunts.
oh man.
That would be crazy. Now it's got me thinking. Who would win in that? What do you think would win in that?
They they would just switch back and forth.
Wow.
Pitch hitters, you know what I mean? Andrew Lopez said
Mm.
there's too much LGBT on the TV kids don't need to watch. You know what? Honestly, I believe that. I'm not against all that. I'm not a hater. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm some right wing ass dude. But I just don't think stuff like that needs to be forced down kids. You know what I mean? To each his own. People choose as they're growing up, but I don't think that stuff needs to be put in. I don't think it needs to be, pushed down their throats at such young ages. You know what I'm saying? It comes back to the same thing. Like let kids be kids, and they'll get to the point eventually where they'll decide if that's what they want. Then hey, whatever. But
I
I
don't
don't.
even think that kids should know about that or politics or any of that when they're
Yeah,
kids. They
kids
should
be
worry about riding their bikes and, going swimming and scraping their knees and unicorns and fairies and stuff like that. Like, oh, just Mario Brothers and the stuff that they're into right now. They shouldn't be worrying about non-binary stuff and all that crazy stuff. They're
yeah,
just too
the
young
whole
for that.
life. They got the whole life for that, Ale.
Yeah.
And no one's saying that you hate that or don't be that. It's just let all that shit work itself out. It always has. Why all of a sudden does it have to be the way it is now? You know what I mean? Like it it's not about hating or not wanting that. It's just a matter of letting people be people. Let kids be kids and grow up and do it their way. They'll get there. You know what I mean? People like what they like, and it is what it is. So I don't know. I just think I think priorities are fucked up. There's so many other things that need to be focused on. Dad said I got zero friends. Well, maybe just two good ones. All I need is my family. Yeah, I don't have very many friends anymore either. Um, well, I really never did. You know what I'm saying? I know very well that any one of them fools would have put a bullet in my head, the second that it needed to be done or they felt it needed to be done. So I know I never had friends. You know what I mean? I know that's all just that's part of our imagination growing up. Part of the world that we pretend like we're all. The words we use, the carnalismo, the brothers, the family, that's all just they're just words. They don't mean nothing because at the end of the day, everybody's out for themselves in that world, and that's the truth. You know what I mean? You'll find some good people. There's some good homeboys. I'm not saying there isn't, but it's usually not in that world. You know what I'm saying? You usually grew up with somebody that's a good motherfucker that no matter what, you could always turn to them, and it's usually not someone that's in that world. You know what I'm saying? That I know for a fact it's not. You know what I mean? It's just
Well,
that
I
world
think
is
we've actually met friends on here personally.
now. Yes,
Now
absolutely.
we have to where I've met the best people on here on on this
Hmm.
channel.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think there are
people
people.
that we talk to and that we chat and they check on me and I check on them and you know Manuel has good solid friends, for that have come out of this. Um that we never thought could happen. And then sometimes we meet people and it doesn't turn out the way it should, and that's okay. That's just a learning experience.
Yeah,
We can't be friends with everybody, and not everybody is going to like us, um, or him, but it is what it is.
that's not true. You cannot like me. Johnny Chinga said, I'm really proud and appreciate everything you guys do. I commend you guys and glad and look forward to be part of it. I would love to pay it forward because Lord knows I shouldn't be here. I'm with you on that, brother. That's my whole reason for all of this is I know for a fact that um that I owe. You know what I'm saying? I owe it. Uh, I owe it to do what we're engaging in. Even this, you know what I'm saying? I owe it to speak against all this. Um, I engulfed my life in something it was all a lie. It was all bullshit. But I I did it to the fullest, and I made mistakes, and I did things that I can never take back. And I know that moving forward, there's nothing I can do about what's done. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate. And I don't mean to say that nonchalantly and say, well, get over it, because I understand that there's people that will never get over some of the stuff that I did. And I apologize, but I can't do anything about it. But moving forward, hopefully what I can do is just keep, you know, maybe not even keep a few. Maybe I could just put some grain of salt in a few kids' heads and make them change their mind one day, and not do the extent of what I've done. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we're gonna do. It is what it
Well,
is.
hold on.
And Joel knows it
You
too.
you you might owe it forward, okay, because of the stuff that you've done and things that you've had. Me personally, I don't, because my life was just great and fine and dandy, and I never hurt anybody. So I don't know anything like he does. But I am a mother now, and my kid did grow up without a father for 13 years because of that lifestyle. So I get it now. And not just only that, but I do, have a heart for kids because they don't deserve it. They're young, they're innocent,
Yeah,
and I don't want them to have that life. I don't want them to suffer. I wish for every kid out there to have the life that I had, and the life that my son had, even though his father was away, where they're put first, where these kids are put first in their parents' eyes, where they're the important, where they matter. And so that's my reason for wanting to do this. He has his reason, but I have mine. And
yeah,
I just wish, for every kid to grow up in a happy home the way I did. And I loved my life growing up, and I loved my high school years, and I really didn't have a hard life till after I met this guy. Everything just went wrong after I met him.
good.
And then it got better, and then I got better, but man, I struggled for no reason. Like, I had it made, before I met him. And I want all the kids to experience the same thing I went through.
You had it made with me, fool. Cut it out.
Not when I first met you.
How
I
didn't
mean,
you?
it was fun, and it was those when you were out. It was, but we were living wrong. We were living wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, you weren't a 9 to 5 guy. I mean, it was bad situation, and then you got me pregnant, and then you get locked up, and then you're facing the death penalty. Like, geez,
yeah,
and I'm not even 20 years old yet. You know what I mean? Like, what just happened? Like,
yeah,
but it
yeah,
got better after. We went through all that, and it's over now. But I just wish and hope and pray that these kids can have the same happy little life that I had. I wish that for everybody. I really do.
yeah. The thing is, it's here, and I'm not boo-hoo myself, but I had a fucked up life. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it starts. You know what I mean? And that's why
Yep.
That's why I want to reach out to these kids, because it's not their fault from the beginning. It becomes your fault. Like, don't get me wrong, my decisions are mine. I did what I did, and it's all bad. And so now, I deserve what I got. I deserve a lot more. I'm lucky I'm out here. I'm moving forward. I'm hoping to that I can make a difference. But it started bad for me, you know what I mean? And again, it's not boo-hoo me and por me la madre, but those are the kids that need this, at least a little support, a little bit of adult, I don't know what you would call it, guidance, I guess. And instead of the other side of that, you know what I mean? Because I started bad and it never got good because there was never anything good in my path. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever came in and said, "Hey, cut this shit out, fool. You fucking up your life." You know what I mean? Like, you headed wrong. My first time locked up, I was like 12, 11 or 12. Um, I think I was 13 when I got stuck in the barbed wire at Adobe. Like, oh, I mean, it was just a real crazy world, a life, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that kids even have to go through that type of shit. None of that was necessary. And so there's so many of them though that are out there like that. You can see them. I mean, they're on the streets. You can see them on the streets. But even before that, like, you go to these schools and you see them. Jovan works at this music school. She sees some of them. Some of these kids are just fucking miserable. And and it's not because their parents are gangsters, or everybody has their own. There's always there's everyone has their own issues, right? Some have it good, some have it bad, but we got to find them ones that have it bad and see what we can do about it if we can. Look at this shit. Someone text
I just think that we as adults and parents got to try to not be so one way. We got to try to be in the middle. Um, I've seen people with just extreme. I see the kids that neglectful parents. That are the gangster parents. So that's a bad thing. I feel bad for them. But then I
me.
see also the kids that are miserable and sad and depressed because they have that bad stepfather, they have that bad stepmother. Um, that's another thing. Or I see these kids also that, and I'll use these two little girls as an example. There's these two little girls that come in, and one of them is already a teen, or she's going to be a teen like this year, like this summer is her birthday, because she told me. And the other one, I think she's like 8 or 9. And these little 2 girls, every time they come in for a simple lesson, it's like a crying session. They're crying and they're upset because they're venting about their parents,
How it's
because
easy.
because their parents took it so far and with religion. So she can't, she's gonna be 13, she doesn't have a cell phone, she can't use social media, so her friends are all doing something she can't. Um, she dresses like her parents. The whole family should not be wearing Skechers, okay? Like, you're gonna be 13. You should not be wearing the same outfit, and you should not be looking like your mom. Like, you should have your own identity, dress the way you want, comb your hair the way you want. But I mean, they have these little girls so tight, and I know they're trying to do what they think is best and sheltering them from this crazy world that we live in. I know that that's probably their plan. They want to help it, but their little girl's about to burst. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know what that's like because I had a friend growing up in high school who her parents were so strict into that religion.
And
I
she was
mean,
one.
and she was the worst one out of all of us in the group. The worst one. I'm talking about she had an abortion by the time she was a sophomore. She had 3 abortions before she graduated high school. She would sneak the car out at night, push it out into the street. She had an extra key. They put bars on her window. She didn't care. She found a way. She popped those open and she'd get out. This girl was wild. because they wouldn't even let her watch more than an hour of TV on at home. They're constantly like praying and praying. Like, I mean, she goes to the bathroom and probably had to say a prayer. Like, it was crazy. She couldn't listen to the radio, couldn't listen to it was insane, but she was like
Do
the
you remember
worst one at yeah, she was the worst one out of
this?
all of us, and I
Do
feel bad for these little girls that I see every week because
mm,
they might I hope that they don't go wild, but their parents are just so, like, tight on them, don't let them express themselves, don't let them and they have problems, like, they're depressed, they're crying, they're upset. So it's a bunch of different situations, it just doesn't necessarily mean your parents are choco locos, you know?
yeah. Do you remember when they raided the house and dang, you're in my stomach. Um, they raided the house, and when I got out that night, I came back to the house, and all of a sudden she was right there, and she was with Duty.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is she even doing here? And she's already with this fool? Like, what? My house is destroyed, and you're just sitting there fucking? Crazy ass broad.
Okay, well, she was my childhood friend. What can we do? But I mean, and again, just because that's your friend doesn't mean you're like your friend because none of us were really like her. We're just like, oh, she's just
Yeah,
her
she was.
parents are so strict, so that's why she does what she does. And we we felt bad for her, kind of like lie for her sometimes if she wanted to go to her boyfriend's. Like she would say she was at my house. Okay, yeah, because like they wouldn't let her do anything. In
Yeah,
8th grade, they found out she had a boyfriend and they switched her to a different middle school because they found out she had a boyfriend. And it's 8th grade. Like, what are they really doing? And her parents flipped out and switched her to another school. So it's like you could be so extreme that where you're actually hurting your kid and not helping your kid. I mean, I'm
yeah,
not saying let them go run wild and be so free, but there's got to be a balance. There's got to be something.
yeah,
And it's hard. It's hard for us to decide what that is, but
yeah. That's the tough thing because those parents think they're doing the right thing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
they really do. They want to shield her from the world and oh, it's such a bad place but
That's
when you're
tough.
really not letting your kid express themselves or be who they want to be and your kid dresses like you, it's a problem.
Noel B said P. Diddy grabbed his ponytails.
Oh,
Johnny Chinga said, because when I was banging in the late 80s and all the 90s and Los, it was all bad and nothing good. Yeah, that's how it was back home too. I went to prison in '95, so I made it half the '90s. Um, but yeah, those were. I mean, I don't know if those were worse times than now or not. Everybody says that, back in my day, but it was tough. You know what I mean? I remember it was different. But we know what we know. So I knew the '90s, and I guess these kids nowadays know these days. So I'm not trying to, you can't put nothing that death is death, and it's unfortunate that any of these kids are doing that to each other. Daniel Pina said, "All right, guys, it's time for me to hit the. Hey, my girls are starting to give me the evil eye. Good
oh,
night
good
from
night to you and her. He's
both
probably
of
gone by now.
you. Yeah. All right, brother. Buenas noches." Ty said, "Good night, Daniel." Geronimo says, "Steven Seagal lives in Russia and is a Russian citizen now. Is he really?
Is he really?
I could see that." Jack in the Box said, "I'd be a good friend."
Oh, hey,
Yep.
Jack in the Box. It's been a minute. Hello.
We've actually, listen, we've met a few good people on here, and there's actually a couple that I can think of off the top of my head that I could call if I needed anything, if I need, not, just even just to talk, you know what I'm saying? That I do have a couple people like that in my life now, which I never had before. That's not something you ever did, you know what I mean? Imagine calling and talking about that anything that isn't craziness. Miss
I know
G
I do. I have a few people on here too that I I'll call and I'll vent and I'll cry and I'm like, God, they're probably tired of my crap. You know what I mean? But um, they really are the true meaning of a friend. You know, they give me advice and I take it, and sometimes I try to take it or whatever, but they just listen to me and I'm like, man, me giving them giving me their number was, I hope they don't get tired of me. But yeah, I'm grateful. I really am.
Yeah. Miss G said you owe it to yourself first to be happy. You know, Miss G, and I hear that, but it would make me happy to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I've said that before. It's out of my own selfishness as well. It makes me feel good to be able to do that, because of the bad that I've done. That shit haunts me a lot. Of some of the stuff haunts me. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't have nightmares at night. I can't sleep. You know, it's none of that. You know, movie stuff. But you know, there's things that aren't, that are in my mind that aren't the greatest. And so when I'm doing something like this, if I'm actually talking to a kid, and that's something that makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? It makes me happy. It's 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 for me too. You know what I mean? It is. It's just I just can't, if I can keep anybody else from having to go through any little bit of the bullshit that I went through, then why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was some fucking tough shit. You know what I mean? And again, it's not poor me. I did it to myself, but that's the point. You know what I mean? If you can keep someone else from doing that to themselves, why not? You know what I mean? Because that shit sucks, man. That life, that world, sitting in themselves, looking up. I did, I don't know how many years. I can't remember now, but how many in solitary confinement. I don't know, 5, 6 years or something out of my time. Probably more than that. I don't remember, but a lot of my time was in my cell by myself, solitary, because I was STG'd, and so that sucked. You know what I mean? I didn't, and not that it's any better to be out in general pop and get out every day and open your door and all that, but I didn't have that type of. I did at the end, my last time, my last years, I think 9 years or 11, 12. I mean, my last whatever in the feds, I think it was 11 years. Um, I don't remember, whatever it was, but those were nice. But I mean, not great. But that said, very few took the path you did. I'm glad you turned your life around. Yeah, me too, bro. Noel B said, I don't have any friends or family, but it's okay. That's life of a blind person. You got friends, bro. You
Oh, you
listen,
have everybody here. You would definitely do.
I know it's tough, brother, and we're far, so it's harder. But listen, if you need to reach out, bro. And we're not in the same cities and stuff, so it's not like I can pull up on you and kick it, or but someday, you know what I'm saying? And don't think like that, brother. There's people that are there, and when the opportunity arises, we do what we can for each other. D Loco said, coast to coast, I'm con el carnal cricket, we're tuning in. Yes. He said, for sure. Miss G said, Giovanni changed cricket. He learned from being on timeout.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I really think, you're welcome, babe.
What the hell? Cut it out. See, Miss G.
You
Then
could
he
say but you could say thank you once in a while. It wouldn't hurt.
see, Miss G. We're having serious discussions here. Why do you go to the?
No,
Why do
but
you?
this is a serious thing. Why can't you just say thank you once in a while?
You didn't change me. What the fuck?
I
How did
did,
you?
because if you didn't change, gone.
What?
I'd be
What?
gone with my new husband right now, you know, my kid. Yep,
You?
I'd be out.
Why? What? What does that mean?
I'd be gone. So you're lucky.
You didn't make that. You didn't tell me that, and that's why you didn't say, "Hey, leave the M or I'm walking away." None of that happened. Why are you pretending? That's not why I walked away and changed.
Well, when they tried to kill me, it was kind of a, oh, okay, we got to be done with this. But
Well,
and
yeah,
if you didn't choose me, like most people in there don't, like your other
be-
friends in there didn't, then I
It
would
was,
have to be gone. I'd be gone. I'd be done.
well, of course, but that's the point. It was the betrayal. It was after everything I did. I felt they owed me a lot more than just to make a decision like that about my fucking child's fucking mother. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna let that happen.
Okay,
You
but
know,
I'm here now, so just a little thank you goes a long way.
thank me, fool. How about that?
Okay, I've been here since 2002. Just
2002.
a, just a little thank you or a little.
We'll
Mm,
talk about it later. We'll see. We'll see.
okay, you think about that. Think about
Well,
it.
we're getting closer, but we not yet.
Oh, well, at
Uh,
least it's there. At least the thought is there.
Dad said not many couples make it through those tough times. White fence. Hearing your story is inspiring.
Oh, thank you.
They were tough, eh? It was tough.
It was
It
it
wasn't
wasn't
no.
a walk in the park. Trust
You know,
me.
oh shit! What the hell? This thing jumped. Big motherfucker said my foster brothers were like that, wild as fuck. So of course they got their phone took and stuff like that. But they would go to school and tell teachers and counselors their parents were too strict. Yeah,
No, but these little girls that I see, I could see it. They wear their hair like parted down the middle, like little braids. They look kind of Amish. They dress. I don't think the way they dress is not something that they chose. They look just like their parents. They all have the same shoes. Okay. Um, they don't even get to pick the music that they want to learn. Like if it's a rock and roll song or something, they can't even pick that. Their parents go in there and say, "Hey, they're only allowed to learn worship music." Um, that's it. One of
yeah,
the little girls like wants to learn a Taylor Swift song and she can't because her parents won't let them be them. And you could see it just by the way they dress, by the way they talk, by the way they act. Um, just see it.
yeah, yeah. It's up for. Yeah, I think there can be there's too far on both sides. You know.
That's what I'm saying. It's being extreme either way can be dangerous because then you have the parents that are just a little too loose. I also had a friend. It was crazy because it was us three friends from third grade all the way to high school. My parents were like in the middle. My other friend, her parents were very extreme and very religious, didn't let her do anything. Then my other friend, Kathy, her mom was the cool mom. Yeah, you can have your friends over here. Yeah, you can have your boyfriends over here. Yeah, you could stay out ever. Like she didn't care. She was out doing her own thing. So
Mm,
I had 2 friends that were so extreme, and my parents they let us do what we wanted, but we also had rules. We had a curfew. We had to be off the phone at a certain time. We had to be in bed at a certain time. But they let us dress and express ourselves the way we wanted to. We were allowed to have our friends over. We were allowed to spend the night at people's houses. I mean, so they were strict, but not crazy, you know?
yeah, big motherfucker said, but of course they wouldn't mention anything about all the crazy shit they were doing. Always two sides to everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
J. Alberto Camacho said it's hard. I have 3 daughters. I'm also overprotective. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
that's
hard because you don't want to be too lenient, too loose, and then you don't want to be too over crazy, and then you don't. So it's like you got to find a balance. You got to just don't underestimate your kids either. You can trust them.
yeah.
Sometimes they'll do the good a good thing, you know.
Parenting's a fucker, boy. It's just tough. It's not. That's probably the toughest thing you'll ever do in your life. That's for damn sure. And it's not as rewarding as you would think. You know what I mean? In the end, you're gonna catch. The whatever. You know what I mean? The
And it was really weird because growing up, I was spoiled, but I had rules. You know what I mean? Just like my son. He was the most spoiled kid, but he was the most respectful kid. I gave that kid everything and anything, and I worked so hard to give him all that, a good neighborhood, good clothes, good this. I mean, I was keeping up with the Jones. I mean, he had it all, but I also would discipline him, and I sure did discipline him, and I gave him structure, and I gave him, rules that he had to follow and things like that, but he was also very spoiled. So it's like I had to try to find a balance because I'm not going to have a kid that's rude and now just wild and out because he's spoiled. No, that he was spoiled, but he couldn't be rude.
Yeah. All right, let's finish up these comments. We're at 2 hours, and then we're gonna get out of here. We appreciate you guys, but I'm gonna finish up these comments. If you got anything to add, just throw it out there. We'll get to them, but we've already been here for 2 hours, so we're gonna shut the shit down. Jack in the Box said, "I hope you guys are doing great. You too, brother. Appreciate
Yeah,
that, man."
you too.
Miss G said, "Make Jovan really happy. Cricket grow ponytails." Yeah, okay.
Right?
Jack in the Box says she right. Thanks. Miss G said, "Thank you, Jack, for the change," said Jack in the Box. Yeah. So there you go, man. He just thanked you for me. Miss G
Yeah.
said the little family shop at Payless may be on a budget. Yeah. Jovan worked at Payless.
No, it's not, they're not a little family and they're not on a budget. Their parents make good money. They just bring a whole lot of religion into the girls, which is fine. I mean, but I grew up Catholic and we went to church, but my dad still let a boy call the house. You know what I mean? It's eh, they're just so strict on these little girls. I feel bad for them. They can't have a life of their own. No, their parents have money. They just don't let them express themselves, and it's sad.
J. Alberto Camacho said out of the three youngest is the one that talks back to me the most, and she's only 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a thing too, right? Like the middle child, the baby, the oldest, there's always something there también, que no?
It's so weird because I was always the one that wouldn't shut up. But I would get in trouble for it, and I wouldn't shut my mouth, and they would just ground me and ground me and ground me, and I still wouldn't shut up, and
You
finally,
just,
when I would just have to be quiet because I didn't wanna be grounded. So it's like, yeah, I got to have a little bad mouth, and I got to act out, but I also got grounded, and I got in trouble for it.
yeah, you're still like that.
Oh, wow.
Hector Luis said, "Good night from Chicago." Jay Albert said, "Good night, guys. Good night, everybody. Appreciate you." Miss G said,
Good
"Another great
night.
for having us. Hit the like. Thank you."
Oh,
D-Lo,
thank you, Miss G.
si ocupas any kind of esquina, reach out, brother. We got you. Steven Seagal and Van Damme is a good OnlyFans.
Ah,
Noel D said, "Good night." Thank you, D Loco. Appreciate that, brother.
good
Oh,
night.
good night, everyone. Big motherfucker said, "Oh, yeah, one last thing. Steven Seagal and Van Damme both suck."
Okay, big guy, well, we didn't need to hear that going out, okay? Thank
Yvonne
you
said,
very much.
"I'm glad my girls are afraid to even go outside by themselves. We go to the store and they freak out if the big vans are in the parking lot and for sure can't park by them." That's funny.
Oh,
But that's good. I mean, that shit, the stranger danger stuff. It's good for them to know. Jay Alberto said, "Good night from the Coachella Valley." Yvonne Madrid said, "Good night, everyone." Good night,
well, good
guys.
night, everybody. Thank you for having us. Thank you for spending your time with us and hearing us. And I know that sometimes we're just always singing the same song, but I'll never not stop saying that we have to be there more for the kids in the community and we have to help them out. So, I mean, I'm never going to stop saying that prison gang life, street gangs, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of your life. It's a losing game. And us as adults, we just have to, be the good example. So, thank you guys all for being with us again. And it
Yeah,
was nice talking to you guys. And, we'll be back in a couple of days. And if anybody needs anything, you know how to get a hold of us.
yeah, for sure. We will. We'll be back before I take off. We'll do probably a couple more lives, and then once I get out there, we'll figure something out. Maybe something a little bit more often or something. But we'll see what's up, man. I can't believe they changed that picture. Ain't that crazy? Miss G said, "I like the blonde," and you cut it out. Big motherfucker said, "That's right, Joe Ball, 100."
Was that your little ugly phase you were going through?
Hell, I don't know when this is. I'm trying to think
No, that's not your ugly phase.
because this is. I'm in an orange jumpsuit, so it had to be Alhambra.
Oh my
because
god, why do you look like Mijo right there, kind of?
I was always in blues. I didn't. They turned it to orange at the end of my time in the state, so I didn't really get the. So that's an orange jumpsuit that has to be Alhambra. See, I was always in the blues. This I know for sure. I was 23, and it was when I was getting out in 2001 for a minute. I don't know when this other one was. Maybe it's one of the violations, or I don't know. It's weird, right?
Mhm.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. D Loco said coast to coast. I'm con el canal cricket and white fence. We tuning in for show. Love this shit. Wish you could go to 3 a.m. so we could sleep to this. Appreciate that, bro.
I should start a channel where I'm just on all night talking and just,
Good.
people who wanna hear. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Really? Why do you make
What?
that face?
What face? I was. That's like, yeah, the goal.
Just
So
because you fall asleep when we're on the phone?
that's the
Other
point.
people might wanna hear what I have to say.
Patricia said, good night, everyone. Miss G said, this is the face when Jawan left visiting you. Okay, you heard the story, Miss G. She's the one that cried.
Good
All
night,
right.
you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you guys just for being you guys. Appreciate you.
D Loco said, buenas noches, white fencing cricket. Wish you nothing but the best. Much blessing, brother. Y'all gonna shine for sure. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss G, I'm telling you, first time she visited me, I think you've heard that story,
They
right?
already heard it. You're such a liar. Go, go.
Lying?
Come on, we gotta go.
We don't gotta go that bad. Don't start
Yeah,
saying
we do.
don't say I'm lying.
I gotta work. Let's go.
No, I can stick around and tell the story. You can
You're
go.
stupid, I swear. No, because then you would lie. So
What, like,
no.
could it be that we trust schools and churches too much to protect our kids from twisted influences? People make mistakes raising kids, religious folks included. Yeah, I think that that
Yeah.
that would be a thing too. You know, what I mean that we try to put the burden on other people.
That's a perfect example right there. Like, look at Heartlife, but they listen to all kinds of music, and it doesn't define them. They're not gonna. I mean, they listen to Metallica, doesn't mean they're gonna go crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, his daughters, play the guitar and all that stuff, and they're free to play what they want and things like that. And Tony is religious,
Yeah,
but that music doesn't define who you are. I mean, now if you start acting out on things like that because of the music you're listening to, or something changes in you, you see a different in behavior because of the music, then okay, I get it. But I see these kids that come in and it's just they're not allowed to be kids. They're not.
yeah. Bueno, pues, let's get out of
All
here.
right. Good night,
Share
everybody.
hasta until the next one. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much.